Hey guys, what's up? In this video, I'll teach you what is head and shoulder pattern, and I will talk about what is price action. And if we can focus only on price action, then you don't need to remember any of those patterns, or you don't need to remember the names of those patterns. If you understand solely price action, solely how price behaves, then you don't need to identify or remember those names as well, or you don't need to memorize these patterns as well. But these patterns create, because people trade in technical, so people try to remember these patterns and they forget that what is the crucial thing uh, to understand charts so that they can trade well. Okay, so let's just get started with head and shoulder pattern. So it typically looks like this, where you have left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then once price breaks this area, this neckline, it tries to give you a pullback, and then it starts to go down. Okay, this is a reversal pattern. So this is a bearish reversal pattern, and generally these pattern occur on peaks. So if you have a head and shoulder pattern occurring on a peak, that means this is a possible chance of a reversal towards the downside. And if you're having an inverse head and shoulder uh, at the bottom, that means this indicates a bullish reversal. Okay, so it typically looks like this. So okay, so this is your shoulders and this is your head and this is your neckline. So once you have a break here, it retests and then so this is typically how head and shoulder looks like. This is a bearish reversal. Talking about bullish reversal, it might look like this. So neckline, this is shoulder, head, and then you might have a retest. And so now let's just try to forget all those things and understand why price is doing like this. Okay, so let me just go back to the basics. So how does an uptrend looks like? So it looks like this, right? So where you have these low points and where you have high points. So when you have an uptrend, the basic condition is that you're having higher lows, right? Right, so this is a basic condition. Now how does this pattern forms? Okay, so once price starts to go down, it is still creating another higher low, right? Or maybe same low, but it is not creating another high. So now this high is lower than this high. So this is again an indication of losing momentum, losing momentum. Okay, so momentum is losing, right? So this itself give you an indication that price is trying to reverse, right? But if we will not focus on that and try to understand head and shoulder, so now it looks like a proper head and shoulder pattern where you have a neckline where you see a break and price will retest and then it tries to go down. So this is how this head and shoulder pattern looks like. But if you understand solely price action, and if I try to tell you that what is a downtrend, so downtrend looks like this, right? So if you see this part of the head and shoulder is indicating a downtrend, right? So if you do not remember and you just focus on uptrend and downtrend and what is the concept of highs and lows, you will be able to identify trade quickly. You don't have to remember that this pattern is occurring. So if the let's say this is high and this is low and this is high and this is low and this is high. So once the trend is broken and it is now predicting this pattern and trying to make this pattern, you can quickly identify and you start selling it here if you have confirmations. If you know that you have a resistance zone here and you have a candle confirmation here, a bearish engulfing candle, or a shooting star, or would be anything, any confirmation candle which shows that sellers are in a control of the market, you can take your sell position. But people do not try to focus on price action and they try to remember this particular area, where if they will try to find out head and shoulder pattern, over and over again, you might not be able to identify it. But if you try to focus on price action, you might get better opportunities to sell. Now let's just take an example of a live chart. So look at this. So this is left shoulder, head, right shoulder. What is price trying to do? So uh, once you have a break and the price retested it and then it tries to go down, so it went down. The only thing is that in these example, this is a typical head and shoulder pattern. In live market, you might not get this retest, or you might not get the perfect retest. The price went up and then it went down. So if you are focused on this head and shoulder pattern, you will not be able to sell it here, because you might say that the neckline is broken, and now the head and shoulder pattern is not valid, so you will miss out of opportunities. But if you still identify that this structure is a part of a downtrend itself, this structure is enough to give you a valid sell entry. So you have to focus on price action. Now let me just delete this, and I'll give you how do price action traders identify selling opportunity here. So if I talk about let me just remove everything here. Okay, let's just talk about, this is an uptrend line, right? So you have a couple of touches here. I'll just quickly draw. Okay, so now you have a clear structure in picture that this is a perfect uptrend line. Now the structure is broken, right? So now if you try to remember, when the structure is broken, this is an uptrend, right? And once the structure is broken, right, what price action traders will look like, that what is the support and resistance zone, right? And if price is retesting it, they will try to take a sell opportunity here, right? So what is happening here, you see, this is our previous structure, similar thing, and now price has broken this area and given you a retest here, and then boom, then again you have the same structure going on, you see. So you have selling opportunity here, you have selling opportunity here, you have selling opportunity here, because you focused on price action, right? So this video is just to tell you that try to find out the reason why price is behaving like that, following the structure of price alone. Do not try to remember it. I'll just delete this, um, and I'll create head and shoulder for you. So if you cannot memorize this, you might miss out of this trade, right? And if you are focusing on price action, you will enter a sell position here, then you will enter a sell position here and here as well. But if you are focusing on this head and shoulder pattern, then you will wait for price to break this area and then retest here, and then you will take a sell position here. In this scenario you might miss out because the neckline is broken, right? So if you are focusing on a textbook example, you might miss out of a lot of opportunities which price action can give you. Okay, so this is a video where I've combined head and shoulder and price action together and give you a brief idea or an exact picture that how price action is a key thing to be profitable and to understand charts in a right manner. Okay, if you like the video, do share it with your friends, and I'll keep recording this content for you guys. So just just like it, subscribe it, and keep sharing it. Thank you so much.